Okay, so here is a truss wherein you have hinged support at A, you have roller support at D, roller support at D. Okay, now we all know that at hinge we have two reactions, that is one horizontal, one vertical, whereas for roller we have only one vertical reaction. Now, since there are no horizontal forces which are acting in the truss, obviously RAX will be equal to 0. So, your horizontal reaction will be 0 only because there is no horizontal force acting on the truss. Okay. Yes. So, sigma Fx is equal to 0. Therefore, RAX is equal to 0. Now, next, you are supposed to apply sigma Fy, wherein all the vertical forces. How many vertical forces you have? 1, 2, 3 and 4, wherein both the reactions acting upwards positive, both the loads acting downwards negative. So reactions positive, forces negative. So it is plus Ray plus Rd minus 20 minus 10. If you rearrange the terms, you are going to get Ray plus Rd is equal to 30 kilonewton. 30 kilonewton. So you got one equation. Now next third equation of equilibrium we are going to apply, that is sigma movement about point A. So totally how many forces we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 forces. And amongst these 5 forces, 2 forces will be equal to 0. That is Rax and Ray, since they are moving through the movement center A. You are left with 1, 2, 3. That is, you are left with 3 forces. So let us calculate the movement now. The first one, let us take this reaction at D. Since it is a vertical force, distance to be multiplied is horizontal. So it is 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 meter, causing a anti-clockwise rotation. It is causing a anti-clockwise rotation. Thereby, it is Rd into 9. Rd into 9 with the negative sign. Next, you have 10 kilonewton, which is again a vertical force. Distance to be multiplied is horizontal. So it is 10 into 6, causing a clockwise rotation. So it is 10 into 6 clockwise with positive sign. So it is plus 10 into 6. Okay, next you have 20 kilonewton, which is acting downwards. Thereby, distance to be multiplied is horizontal, which is 3 meters. So 20 into 3, which is again causing a clockwise rotation. So it is positive 20 into 3. Now the only unknown in this equation, is Rd. Thereby, rearranging the terms here, you can calculate Rd as 13.33 kilonewton. So one of the reaction is calculated. Now go back to this equation wherein you had got Ray plus Rd is equal to 30 kilonewton. Substitute Rd is equal to 13.33 and thereby you get Ray as 16.67 kilonewton. So you calculated the reaction. So these are the 3 reactions which are calculated. Once you finish with calculation of reaction, the next thing is you're supposed to calculate the member forces. Very simple. Whenever you are calculating member forces, since it is method of joints, you're going to take up each joint, okay, and you're going to assume the directions for member forces. Okay, but be very careful. Keep one thing in mind, that any joint you select, that joint should have only two unknowns, not more than that. Okay, now let us select the joint. So the first joint, let us take joint A. So yes, so I think you can view both the diagram as well as, yes, joint A. Now see, in this joint A, there are two reactions with one horizontal and one inclined member. So which are the two members which are available? It is AE. Along with AB. AE and AB. Those are two members. Okay. Now Along with that, you have a reaction RAY, which is upwards, and next is RAX, at least it is 0. So your vertical reaction, which you have already calculated, RAVY as 16.66, it is shown here. Next, AE and AB, I am assuming the direction of these two members as acting outwards, it is just an assumption, so both are acting outwards, now this angle, so if you consider this right angle triangle, that is ABE, this is 3 meters, this is 3 meters, I want this angle. So if you apply tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent, so it will be tan inverse of 1, which is 45 degrees, thereby I have written 45 degrees. Now keep one thing in mind, that these directions, two directions, are nothing but they are assumptions. In case I get both these values FAB and FAE as positive, it means that both these directions are correct. Otherwise, I have to reverse it. Okay. So they have calculated the angle, that is 45 degrees. Next, apply equations of equilibrium. So first one, sigma Fy. Total how many forces are there? There are 3 forces here, in which one is horizontal, one is vertical, and the other one is inclined. So inclined will have components, one horizontal component and one vertical component. So in this total joint, we have 2 horizontal forces, 2 vertical forces. So first Fy, 2 vertical forces, which are those? 16.67, which is acting upwards, is positive. Similarly, when I resolve this inclined force, okay, I'll be having one vertical which will be acting upwards and one horizontal which will be acting rightwards. So this vertical component is FAB sine 45. Vertical component FAB sine 45, because angle given is with respect to horizontal. So it is 16.67 plus FAB sine 45. So if you rearrange the terms, you find that FAB, you have got it with negative sign. Which means that the direction of this component is to be reversed. Okay. So yes, I will keep that thing in mind. I'm not going to reverse it unless I finish solution for this joint. So only thing is, this direction is to be reversed, and since this arrow is moving towards A, means after reversing it will be moving towards A, it means that this member AB is a compression member. I have told you that if it is moving towards the joint, it is a compression member. If it is moving away from the joint, it is a tension member. Okay, so you finished with sigma Fy. Next, let us apply sigma Fx. So in sigma Fx, you have again two forces. One is the FAE and the other one is the component. Okay. Now, in this, so you have a horizontal component. You have a vertical component like this. So FAE is with positive sign. Next is FAB, that is horizontal component, also moving to the right. So it is FAB cos 45. With the positive sign. Okay. So when you rearrange the terms here, okay, what happens actually? FAB value, we know it. What is FAB value? It is minus 23.57 kilonewton. So what happens? This term, it becomes minus. So thereby it is minus 23.57 cos 45, which will go on the other side and become positive. Thereby FAE is 66.67. 667 Newton. Now again, you have got it with positive sign, thereby the direction assumed is correct. Now you can see that this arrow or this direction is moving away from the joint, thereby it is tension. Thereby it is tension. So always keep one thing in mind. If the arrow is moving away from the joint, it is tension. If it is moving towards the joint, it is compression. It is compression. Okay. Next. So you finished with the joint A. Now next, it is but obvious that we choosing to go for joint B. Now let us see, if I consider joint B, how many unknowns will be there for me? How many unknowns will be there for me? So in this joint B, you have BA, BE, BF, BC, four members. In these four members, you know only this member, that is AB you have calculated. FAB you have calculated. FAB or FBA, one and the same. Okay, so you know only this force, whereas BE, BF, BC, they are unknown. So total number of unknowns in this joint are 3. Thereby I cannot take that joint, because the condition is I am supposed to take only two unknowns. So I'll go to E. Now if I take EA, I have calculated. Only EB and EF are unknown. So I'll take joint E. So in this joint E, now see, for AE, from joint A, it was moving away from E. So if you happen to look at the final diagram, it will be like this. So see this diagram. So at joint A, actually this AE, it was moving away. So from E also the arrow will be moving away. Whereas for this joint, that is AB, what had happened? This direction was towards A, because it had come with negative sign. So what happens? I'll show it towards A, whereas for this other end B, there also it will be towards. So you can see either both will be moving away from each other, or both will be moving towards each other. It all depends on your calculation. So from calculation at joint A, you found that the arrow was towards, that is with respect to member AB. So with respect to B also it is towards, whereas with respect to AE, here it was moving away, and you had got it with positive sign. So you concluded that yes, the arrow of AE will be moving away from A, thereby it will be moving away from E as well. So you can see here, Now if I consider this joint E, you'll be having three members to be shown. So it is EA, which will be moving leftwards, EF and EB. Now this EF and EB, I do not know the directions. I have to assume those. Yes. So you can see that E to A, it is moving in leftward direction, whereas EF and EB, I have assumed. So these are nothing but they are assumptions. I have assumed both outside. Now see, one thing you need to make clear here. Here you have only one vertical member force, whereas you do not have any other vertical member force here. Thereby this becomes automatically 0. Because sigma Fy is equal to 0. FBE, it is the only force, so that also becomes 0. When you apply sigma Fx, you have two forces here. So one is to the right, other one is to the left. So this is nothing but it is FEF. This force is FEF, which is acting rightwards. So positive FEF. This is acting to the left, so it will be minus 16.67. Thereby, after rearranging the terms, what happens? FEF will be equal to 16.67 kilonewton. Now again, this force FEF, this you have got it with negative sign. It is moving away, so it is exactly right. So now from E, the arrow is away. Thereby, this end, the other end is F. From there also, the arrow will be away only. So you can see here. So from E, it is away. From F also, it will be away only. Okay, yes, good. So you are done with two joints. Now let us go on to the third joint. Now FE is over. Next, can I take F joint? We'll see. So I know FE. Yes, I know the member force. I have already calculated. Whereas FB, I don't know. FC, I don't know. FD, I don't know. So three unknowns, I cannot take it. I cannot take it because there are three unknowns in the form of FB, FC, FD. Okay. Now next option, C. So let us see whether I can take this joint C. I can take this joint C. Okay. If I take joint C, what happens? CB, CF, don't know. CD, don't know. So I cannot take C also. Let us check for B now. If I take B, BA, yes, I know. BA, I know. BE, yes, I know. This is calculated and it has come 0. So you have BF, which is not known. There is BC, which is not known. So I can take B, joint B. So I have taken joint B here. You have 20 kilonewton, which is acting downwards. Yes, 20 kilonewton, which is acting downwards. Okay. Now next, you have B to F, B to F. Now next you have B to C, B to C. Whereas B to A, you already have calculated it. Let us see what is the direction. So from B to A, it is towards. So when you consider this joint B, this arrow is towards. So it is towards here. It is towards here. Whereas this force, which is this is B to F. It is B to F. The assumption of the direction here is outwards. It is outwards. Okay. So the arrow is missing there. Assumption is outwards. Okay. So in this you have two unknowns. You have two unknowns. That is this member force, that is FBF. This one FBF. Okay. And FBC. So both are assumed to be acting outwards. Now apply sigma fx and sigma fy. So these two members inclination is 45 degrees. So if you apply tan rule, you will be able to calculate the angle. So since we have already done it in the first stage, so you are going to do it similarly. Okay. Yes. So in this you have 1, 2, 3, 4 forces, in which one is horizontal, one is vertical, two are inclined. So resolve those two forces, you will get 2 horizontal, 2 vertical. So in total you have 3 vertical, 3 horizontal. So sigma fx is equal to 0. Sigma fx is equal to 0. So FBC positive because it is moving to the right. So you can see FBC is positive. Okay. Now next you have this force, that is FAB, whose magnitude is 23.57. Okay. Yes, it is 23.57. So when you draw the components will be rightwards. So horizontal, and this will be vertical. So this will be upward. So this horizontal component is 23.57 cos 45. 23.57 cos 45. It is moving to right, thereby it is taken with the positive sign. Similarly, you have the horizontal component of this force, that is FBF. So this will have a component downward and to the rightward. Downward and rightward. So rightward is, since rightward positive, it is FBF cos 45 is equal to 0. Okay. Now here what has happened is both these BC as well as BF, both are unknown. So two unknowns in this equation. I'll just keep it as it is. I'm not going to do anything. I'll keep it as it is. I'll go for next equation to solve. So that is sigma Fy. So how many vertical I have? I have 1 vertical, 2 and 3. So 20 kilonewton acting downwards minus. Next, vertical component of this 23.57 upwards. Okay, component it is 23.57 sine 45 upwards positive. Next, vertical component of FBF, it is acting downwards. So it is FBF sine 45. 45 with the negative sign. If you rearrange the terms here, in this equation, you have only one unknown, that is FBF. You'll be able to calculate it, and you have got it with the positive, FBF, you have got it with the negative sign after rearranging, which means that FBF is to be changed. FBF is to be changed. Once you get that, FBF is minus, substitute the same value in this equation. So FBF value is to be substituted here. If you are left with only FBC unknown, if you calculate that also, you're getting with the negative sign. So both are with the negative sign, which means that the directions are to be reversed. Now here I had assumed it acting outwards, here also outwards. So what happened? I've got it with negative sign. Both are to be reversed and they are to be made acting towards this joint B. Okay, so let us see in the final diagram. You can see that, yes. So here it is moving towards. Okay, thereby from B to C, if you see, since it is towards B, here also it will be towards C. And since it is towards B here in the member BF, it will be towards F here as well. So I have told you, either the arrows will be moving both outwards or both inwards. So here they are outwards. Okay. So towards means they are compression. So this is a compression member. This is a compression member. So that is what is being written here. Both are compression. Okay. Now let us concentrate on joint C. So if I consider joint C now, CB. Yes, I know it. CB or BC. I have calculated it in the previous step. Next, C to F, not known. C to D, not known. Only two unknowns I can easily consider. So if you just refer to this diagram, joint C, so you have this member which is already calculated, that is CB, and you know that this member, the arrow is towards. So you are supposed to take this arrow only. You are supposed to assume the directions of those members whose forces are not known. If you have already calculated those member forces in the previous step, you're supposed to take those sign convention only. Okay. So C to B, CB is known to you, towards C. Yes. So it is towards C. What is the magnitude? It is 13.33. Again, do not substitute this sign here, because this was minus only because of the direction. So you have changed the direction now. So only value is to be substituted. Next, you have 10 kilonewton, which is initially acting on joint C. You have shown 10 kilonewton acting at joint C. Next, you have CF, which is downwards. Yes, CF. It is assumed to be acting outwards. Why am I assuming? Because I don't know the member force. Next, you have CD. So CD also, I am assuming it to move or to act outwards. So these two are assumptions. Now I'll solve for the unknowns. So I have total 1, 2, 3, 4 forces, in which one is inclined. Okay. So one inclined will be resolved. So you will have a downward vertical. You will have a rightward horizontal. So when I solve this, I have 1, 2, 3 vertical, 1, 2 horizontal. Okay. Yes. Now next, let us take horizontal now. Horizontal component of FCD, it is cos. Because inclination is with respect to horizontal, and moving rightwards. So it will be FCD cos 45 with the positive sign. Again, this horizontal force which is already acting to the right, which means that it is with the positive sign. So plus 13.33. Next, what happens if you rearrange the terms in this? It will be FCD is equal to 13.33 divided by cos 45 with the negative sign, because this is with positive, goes on the other side, becomes negative. And when you calculate, you will get FCD as negative, which means that this direction is to be changed. It has to be reversed and it has to be made acting towards C. Okay, fine. Later we can do it. Now sigma Fy vertical. How many vertical are there? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 vertical. All are acting downwards. So you can see that 10 is acting downwards. FCF is acting downwards. And component of FCD also acting downwards. So all will be negative. Minus 10, minus FCF, minus FCD sine 45. Okay. Now next, what happens to this FCD? FCD value is minus 18.856. So minus into minus becomes plus. Okay, and after rearranging the terms in this equation, you will get FCF as positive, that is 3.33, which means that the direction for FCF which is assumed is correct. So only this FCD is to be reversed. So for this FCD, it will be towards C. It will be towards C, whereas for this it will be away from C. So CD is towards C. So you can see here C to D, it is towards C. Thereby this arrow also will be towards D, whereas C to F was away from C. So from F also it will be away. So finally I am left with, I don't know what is FD. I have to still calculate this. So this FD member force can be calculated either by taking F as a joint or D as a joint. Any you can take. I have taken F as a joint here. F as a joint, and I'm interested in only this member force, that is FD, because that is the only unknown now. That is the only unknown. So see here, if I take this joint F, there are 1, 2, 3, and 4. In these 4, only this is unknown. FD is unknown. Okay. So this direction is to be assumed. So these are the other 3 I have already calculated. I have to represent these directions only. So FE is outwards, FB is towards, FC is outwards. So it is to be done like that only. FE outwards, FE outwards, FC outwards, FC is outwards, FB towards, and this FD is assumed because I don't know. And since I am interested with only this FD, all the other 3 forces are known to me. So FD is a horizontal force. So I am going to consider only sigma Fx. So how many horizontal forces? 1, 2, and horizontal component of FFB. Okay. So what is FFD? Positive, because it is moving rightwards. Next, you have FFE, which is to the left, and which is negative. FFE value is FFE. You have already calculated it, so it will be in joint E. Yes, FFE. It is 16.67. It will be in joint E. 16.67. So 16.67, since it is moving to the left, it is taken with the negative sign. And next, FFB, you have horizontal component, you have vertical component. Horizontal component will be moving rightwards, so it is with the positive sign. So it is FFB cos 45. So what is the value of FFB? FFB, so you will get it in joint B. So where have we calculated? Yes, FFB or FBF is 4.71. So it is 4.714 cos 45. Okay, and only one unknown here. After rearranging, you will get it with positive sign, which means that the direction assumed is correct. So FFD is 13.33, which is moving away from joint F, thereby positive. So you can see here it is moving away, therefore from D also it is moving away. So you should always keep one diagram ready, so that each joint you finish, you are going to show the arrows for those members. So for example, I finished with A, joint A. So when I consider joint A, AB will be known to me, AE will be known to me. So for AB, if the arrow is towards A, the other side it will be towards B. Here what happened? It was away from A. So for E also it will be away. So like that, you consider each joint, you are supposed to draw the diagram here only. Now after drawing this, you're going to write a table here. Now see, AB, how much is the force? It is 23.57. It is compression. Why? For AB, you can see that arrow is towards A and towards B. So it is compression. I have told that it is, if it is towards, it will be compression. If it is away, it will be tension. So for AE next, what is the magnitude? 16.67. Both you can see they are away. So it is tension. BC, okay. So BC towards compression. BE 0, 0. Next BF towards the joint, compression. Okay. So similarly, next is CD. C and D, they are towards the joint, compression. Yes, 18.86. Next CF, they are moving away, so tension. 3.33. DF, D to F, they are moving away, so it is tension. And finally EF, E to F, they are moving away, so 16.67. Now see, this table is very, very important. You count the number of members, how much you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you should have 9 member forces here, along with magnitude and the nature. So this completes the problem.